Today, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather. And we've got the roof wide open here in Mercedes in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback who played for the Nevada Wolfpack in college. It's Colin Kaepernick.
A lot of defensive coordinators are up late the night before they take on Colin Kaepernick because they know he's not an easy man to scheme against. He can beat you with the big arm, taking shots downfield, also beat you with his legs, either off of design runs or in the passing game by improvising and taking off.
Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. Caught on the right side by Jones. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the number 1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is, and that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care, and when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team.
Down to the 7. A check on the numbers for Kenyon Drake last week. He was able to topple the 200-yard mark and a rushing touchdown for good measure.
And what I found surprising, all those yards he accumulated, only found the end zone one
just
time.
once.
That doesn't even seem fair, does it?
But still, the 200-yard mark, something he can always carry in his back pocket. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held them to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And with another momentum play. Go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. Kenyon Drake hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead.
We got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people and power his way forward.
And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the exclamation mark at the end was Kenyon Drake's touchdown run.
Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25 yards.
So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They had the interception last time and led to the opening touchdown. So now 0-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll find Lindsey here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
On 4th down, the Falcons send out Sterling Hoffrichter to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That's taken on the 25. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. And now let's talk about Kenyon Drake. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Murray gives. This is Drake.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Casey Hayward makes the tackle. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Running, it's Drake. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 42. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Murray going to run play action with Drake and look to throw it. And this one caught by Max Williams. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Give him 30 yards there.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kenyon Drake with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm. Your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And it's up and good. So that drive 7 plays in length. And the exclamation mark at the end was Kenyon Drake's touchdown run.
Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. That's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. The intended target. was Calvin Ridley, and it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's Kaepernick to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Kaepernick on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
On first down, Drake. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run with Drake. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Murray on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Field goal is good. Makes the score Cardinals 17. Falcons nothing.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
The 32-yard line.
Kaepernick going to throw. Being chased out, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Falcons, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
$17-0 our score after one.
The score, Cardinals 17, Falcons nothing.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run here with Lindsay. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Tackle there by Richard Lawrence. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the Cardinals 45.
Here's Kaepernick. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. A fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And the lead is now 24. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now we'll again see Calvin Ridley in the Falcon offense. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They've targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run, maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep so he gets his hands on the ball and get him active and involved in the game. You just try and find ways to get him going, and it doesn't have to be something that's big downfield.
Maybe kind of like in basketball, just a shooter seeing the ball go through, you get him a rep, get him more comfortable.
I agree with that totally. Maybe set that solid screen and give him an easy look.
Well, to this point, no catches. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Kaepernick. This one caught by Ridley. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Ridley. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsay. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Two minutes gone by, second quarter. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 yards there, first down. They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw, Kaepernick. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 36. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. To throw, Kaepernick. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Kaepernick.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 13.
To throw is Kaepernick. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Into the red zone now, Kaepernick. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers getting together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
Defense.
Give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance.
You're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
Here's Lindsey. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. From 4 yards out. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Now, the scoreboard still does not look good, but at least they polished off that goose egg.
Yeah, they've been thoroughly outplayed in the first half. Finally, a little spark of life, but it's going to take a lot more to add to that flame for them to thoroughly get back into this one.
Extra point attempt to follow here. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Drake and the Arizona offense to take over. So far, been so good this season. Well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the bully. I've got to, because he gives his team an identity and confidence. And if we slow him down, now guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like, who's going to make the play? Because he's made all the plays so far. So I have to go get him first. Build my defenses towards shutting him down. Good luck. I mean, not many teams have been able to do it. We'll see.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Now on first down, Drake again. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
3rd down. 3rd and 14.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Murray going to throw. Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Kaepernick. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lindsey. It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Left side completion to Jones. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Kaepernick. Over the middle, complete. It's Lindsey. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Throwing now is Kaepernick. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
A 6-yard loss. It's 4th down.
We'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will close the gap down to 14.
Falcons 10.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And now let's talk about Kenyon Drake. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated. As you know,
double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they will have a first down as they are definitely in field goal range now, down at the 20-yard line.
So first thing crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. But what a break here. Turnover late in this first half, and now they're set up in field goal range already.
With a chance to get more. So what you're telling your unit as they go out onto the field is very simply this. We've got 3 in our hip pocket. Don't jeopardize that. Let's attack and go for the big one here. Let's go get 6 and give ourselves a chance to really feel good going into the half.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. Kaepernick to throw on 2nd down. He'll find Lindsey here. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And oh, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Intercepted by the Cardinals. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah. And plus, we probably didn't understand that, I guess. Yeah.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee, and that's... Oh, now Murray has it stripped, and the Falcons grab it. 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit.
A 32-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Crazy, honestly.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll start in the black and blue division. Chicago hosting Minnesota at Soldier Field. And they're drawing close to halftime with the Vikings out on top. The Vikings trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys.
Sometimes you can't get
Dak
upset behind
Prescott,
ignorance and
4
stupidity.
touchdown passes.
You know it's frustrating.
Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles.
Are hard to
Kendrick
understand.
Bourne, over
They
100
have-
yards
they have
receiving and a touchdown catch
Books
as
them up, but
well.
don't have no goddamn common sense.
In the
You
game
know what I
you're
mean?
watching, it was the former number 1
I
overall
think you see how
selection,
Books them off since she
Kyler
went down her
Murray,
nursing life
put
or
on an
something.
absolute show. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back
Yeah.
over to our
showing no common
commentators,
sense.
Brandon Godden and Charles
You
Davis.
could probably read, you know.
All right, Coach, thank you. And
No
we
common
welcome
sense at all.
everyone back for quarter number 3.